Guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, May 14th, 2021. Welcome to another eBay video. Today we have quite a bit to discuss. I'm going to discuss several different type returns that I received this week. I'm going to discuss cancellations because of seller stockouts. I'm going to give you an update on the incident last week where I bought that item that turned out to be cracked. I'm also going to tell you some other very interesting eBay facts that I think you guys will find helpful. Before we start, guys, I knew someday I would be getting a sunny day, and it's today. Today is a sunny day. I am so happy about this that I'm going to do something right now. And I'm going to give you a choice right this second, those of you guys who are watching this video, one of two things. Either I'm going to sing a song live right now on this video, or choice two, I'm going to show you my shipping orders from last night. We're going to do this the fair democratic way. We're going to take a vote. I'm going to hold up a hand for each choice, and when I hold up the hand for the choice you want, I want you to clap and scream. First choice, how many of you guys want me to sing? Okay. Second choice, how many of you guys want to see my shipping orders from last night? Whoa! Whoa, 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 take it easy, guys. But I believe in a democracy. So let's do a cutaway, and I'll show you my shipping orders from last night. People, since it's such a nice sunny day, and this is so rare, I figured I would show you guys the amount of shipping that I'm taking to the post office right now, Friday morning, May 14th, 2021. Let's have a look. Okay, and we'll walk over to the other side. And there we go, folks. That is today's shipping, and I'm off to the post office. So yeah, guys, this week set two records, I believe. Record number one was possibly my busiest week in 22 years on eBay. But I can't swear to that, but it was damn close. The only slow day I had once again was Sunday, which continues to be my slowest day of the week. But who cares? Who needs Sunday? The other 6 days were just non-stop, as I showed you from my shipping orders from last night. The second record that I did break was the amount of returns, cancellations, and cases open this week alone. So many, I don't have the time to discuss them all. I'm not even going to touch on the legitimate ones where buyers were, truthful and said they bought the wrong size, because those things happen. I get it. I'm going to try and touch on some of the ones that lied to get the free shipping back. But first, I want to talk about your comments, questions, and concerns from last week's video. Winter Crow wrote, "Great to hear some good news. I often wonder if eBay monitors your channel. Not a bad idea if they would do it, as it would give them a solid insight as to what sellers endure, what they want, and what eBay could do to improve their own reputation. Have a good weekend." 5797029 Mike wrote, "Sunny in the 80s. Again here in Orlando. We have been happy campers ever since moving here from Massachusetts 33 years ago. Even in our rainy season, the sun does shine for a few hours every day. It seems like no one at eBay customer service wants to help us. Then we get that one person who says, 'No problem, I can fix it for you.' Having a highly successful YouTube channel doesn't hurt either. Keep fighting for us, Joe." And I want to touch on something that Mike said just now. I received this in the mail, and I do believe this is the reason why I got the sunny weather today. An actual can of Florida sunshine from a good Floridian subscriber. I'm just going to hold it up. This is great, but it does not, repeat, not equal the Fox News Cup of Life. Okay? That being said, the next comment is from ZXC. Joe, after seeing this eBay video, I went to my preferences eBay screen. Sure enough, they took away the unpaid item strike under unpaid item assistant. Now they just cancel the order after 6 days. That's disgusting because there's no way for us sellers to block the non-paying buyers. Dennis Copper. Joe, easy case. Not as described. Get your money back. Do you plan on leaving the seller negative feedback? Why do I think not? Dennis is referring to the case I alluded to earlier in this video. Last week I told you guys I purchased an item from a seller on eBay that I needed. I wanted to flip it locally. It was described with one word, good. It arrived cracked. I wrote to the seller and I said, hey, the item arrived cracked. And it clearly says good condition with no mention of a crack. The seller wrote back a very snarky and unkind comment saying that it was not cracked and it was in good condition. And then they said to me, how do you want to proceed? That is the worst sentence you can ever say on eBay. Usually buyers say that when they're trying to scam you out of a partial refund when it's really not deserving. Okay, we've talked about this many times. When I saw that, I knew I was in trouble. I went back and I moused over the picture, and if you look really, really closely, sure enough, you can see a crack. Somebody had written in last week that it was partially my fault because I did not do due diligence and mouse over it with my magnifying glass and look for the crack. The truth is, I went by the seller's word. They said it was in good condition, and I believed them. So maybe, just maybe, I should have gone the extra mile and moused over the picture, even though they misdescribed the item. It was a false description. But that being said, I've decided not to return the item because, like I said, although it was mainly the seller's fault, I probably should have moused over the picture. And you know how I am. If I send it back and claim not as described, they're going to get banged for double shipping. And as a seller, I hate being banged for double shipping, so I just can't do that. Dennis Copper asked what kind of feedback I'm going to leave them. You know, I'm not really bummed out that the item was cracked and they lied about that. All right? But I swear, I gave them a chance. I wrote to them. I didn't open any case. I went out of my way to be a nice buyer, and they totally blew me off with a snarky comment with how do you wish to proceed, and that didn't set well with me. Now, Dennis, I know you probably feel that I should leave them a negative feedback, and you know the truth is I probably should, but you know I feel bad about doing it because I'm a seller. But you guys right now, listen to me. I'm not sending the item back. I'm taking my licks. Should I leave them negative feedback, neutral feedback, or no feedback at all? Not that it matters, but they have not left me any feedback. And their feedback now is, I think, 97 point something percent or 98%. It's not very good, but they only have one negative. So please give me your opinion on that. The last comment I'm going to read is from one Dan. Seriously, not only do you get the dumbest buyers, you also get the rudest buyers. Dan, you got no idea what I went through this week with buyers. Oh my God. I'm going to touch on a few of the cases now, you guys, because I had to call eBay customer service for 4 different items. But instead of making 4 calls, I lumped them all together yesterday and called one time. And I had my Mac open, as I do now, with all the things lined up, all the different screens open, and I went through the cases one by one. One of the things I did not mention, because this happened after that, remember a few weeks ago, I showed you guys a letter I received in the mail from an old person who bought something on eBay and circumvented the eBay return process. And it really flips me out when people do that. Well, guess what? I received another one. I received another letter. You can tell by the handwriting that we're talking the geriatrics here. As soon as I saw this letter, I said to myself, this is not good. Somebody bought something and they're going to circumvent eBay, which they are. I'm going to read this to you now and even show it to you, because this kind of stuff, man, it just bums me out. I'm folding over his personal information. I'll read it to you. Hi, this is Ricky writing on the behalf of the 2 deep dish chrome rings. Thanks for sending so promptly, but they will not fit. I didn't think deep dish would matter, but it did. I was hoping you might have 2 regular rings I could trade. Please let me know. And he gives me his email, phone number, and order number, and all this other stuff. I don't do trades on eBay. I'm not Monty freaking Hall. You can never win by doing a trade. The shipping alone will eat you up. Now, conversely, if he wants to return them through the eBay system, wrong size doesn't fit, that's fine. I have no problem taking them back, as I took back 9 other items this week alone. It happens. I get that. But I will not work off the eBay contact system. All right? It appalls me how people will be so willing to buy the item on eBay, but then they won't want to complete the transaction on eBay through the return system. And the return system is so easy to navigate, and it actually favors the buyer. Now, I know some people said last time this happened, well, Joe, a lot of old people don't know how to navigate the system. Well, I would ask you this. How do these same old people know how to find the item on eBay and buy it from me? You know, you can't have it both ways. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I'm only doing transactions on eBay. None of this circumventing stuff's going to work with me. Okay, let's now talk about some of the reasons I called eBay customer service the other day. And it was cause of returns. All right? I had several for wrong size doesn't fit, and those I don't have a problem with. Those are people who accidentally bought the wrong item. They're paying the shipping each way, so it's no skin off my nose. I deal with it. I don't complain. Now, arrived broken. One person filed a fake return claiming arrived broken. What happened is I had a set of alloy wheel center caps listed, set of 4, and it clearly said 2 of the items have broken tabs. However, they came off a running vehicle and will fit fine. Okay? Not only that, it said broken clips even in the listing title. Do you know this person had the balls of steel to file a return arrived broken saying 2 caps have 2 missing clips? Just so I would have to pay the shipping back because they didn't read. I called eBay customer service, and this is one of the cases I showed the lady, and she clearly saw it. She clearly saw it and said, Joe, you're right. You're in the right, and this person's in the wrong. I said, well, now that's great. What are you going to do about it? She said, well, the only thing you can do is when you process the return, you can click the report the buyer tab. I said, listen, you're talking to top-rated seller Joseph DeMarco here. I know that doesn't do anything. And she said, well, that's not true. That's not true at all, because it does do something. And she went on to tell me an interesting story. It seems about a week or 2 ago, she received a call complaining that he had been restricted on eBay from buying. And the reason he had been restricted is because he was filing so many fraudulent returns, just like the one I described. And the sellers were actively reporting him. They weren't taking it in the wazoo, like some people do, and I'm not mentioning any names, people who bend over and don't do anything. These were good sellers like myself and like many of you who will take the extra time and effort to report the buyer. And she said this particular buyer had so many reports about him that he got restricted and he was calling to complain. And she said to him, "Sorry, buddy, but you're restricted. You've abused the policy too many times." She said, "If at some point down the road you change your ways, maybe we'll lift the restriction. But right now, they're only letting that particular buyer buy items under $25 with immediate payment required." Now, I spoke to this woman on the phone, and she sounded genuinely honest. So I'm just telling you guys, I can only relate the news that's given to me. What I'm saying to you guys is when people abuse the return policy, I beg you, I implore you to report them to eBay by clicking that little report button. I did it to 2 of them today. I reported 2 buyers. One was the one I just told you about. The next one I'll tell you about in a second. Dennis Copper, I know you're shaking your head in disbelief saying, "Joe, you know that wire goes to a dead link. It's not connected at the other end." And Dennis, I tend to kind of believe you. But after what this woman told me, it's like chicken soup. It can't hurt. Please report the buyer every time they misuse the eBay return system. The next buyer I reported was doesn't match photos or description. Again, an alloy wheel center cap. I sent it to the buyer. He bought the wrong size, of course. He said doesn't match description or photos. And he sends me back a picture of the item that I sent him. Now that's not telling me anything. That only reinforces my belief that he is, he's conniving. So I reported him as well. But I had to give him a refund. His item just came back today, along with a bunch of others right here. Let me just stop for a second, guys, and take a drink from the Fox News Cup of Life. This is the Fox News Cup of Life. Happy is he who drinks from it. Oh yeah, very, very good. Next one I want to tell you about really made me shake my head. Last week, a customer sent me an unsolicited best offer of $70 for an item that was $100. They specified if I accepted their offer, they would pay right away. Now, I don't mind taking a hit like that. I don't mind taking a $70 offer on a $100 item, especially when it's something I have a lot of. I wrote back and I said, if you're willing today to buy the item, you got a deal. They said, sure I am. I lowered the price. They paid like I said. I sent the item out. I was happy. I get a message today. These are too small for my wheel. I need a larger size. What would make somebody send out an offer on something, a best offer, when they haven't even done due diligence and looked at their wheel size? I said, why would you do this? You asked me for a cheaper price, I agreed to it, and you don't even check your wheel size? Then they had the audacity to say to me, send me a return label. Yeah, I don't think so, guys. I said, I don't send return labels. You have to open a case through eBay and you have to select wrong size doesn't fit, which they did. Okay, this person is going to lose approximately $60 in shipping costs because of their stupidity. Next item I want to talk about, cancellations. Oh my God, what is going on this week? I had 3 cancellations this week alone, and I was knocking them down left and right. One person even had the audacity to request a cancellation 2 days after the item had been shipped. He admits he made a mistake and he bought the wrong size, but I said to him, there's not going to be any cancellations. That item has already been shipped. Now, if you want to return it at your own expense, that's another story altogether. I'll work with you on that. But no cancellations 2 days after an item has been shipped. I don't know what happened this week, but some buyers, I'm not saying all, I'm not saying the majority, I'm saying some, have turned into Mr. Nasty, saying things like, I want a refund. I demand a refund. Who talks like that? In the case last week where I received that broken hubcap, I was very courteous to the seller, even though they sent me a bum item. I didn't demand anything. I didn't scream at them. I was respectful. What is with society today? It's unbelievable. I want to talk about partial refunds because something really important happened this week, and it's something that I always wondered about and that I don't think any of you guys have ever brought up. So now let's talk about partial refunds. I do not give partial refunds. Now let me explain that statement. If a person bought this iPhone from me right now, okay, and said to me, Joe, I just received the iPhone and it has a little scratch on it that I didn't see in the pictures. I want a refund of $20. Let's just say the item was $100. I would say to them, no, I don't do partial refunds. However, if you want to return the item for a full refund, I'll be more than happy to give you your full money back, and I will. Chances are the person will not return the item. I don't do partial refunds, okay? In my opinion, for the most part, it's intimidation, and I don't back down from intimidation. But there is a scenario where I would do a partial refund, and it's very interesting, and it probably won't affect most of you guys, but it could, and it happened to me this week, and I want to explain it to you. Because there's a glitch with the eBay system. Let's say a person right now buys 4 hubs from me. Okay, 4 hubs. Let's just say, for argument's sake, the price is $100 plus $40 shipping out to California. $140 total. Okay? Let's say I ship the order out, the buyer receives the item, and let's say there's a problem with one of the items. Maybe the item was damaged in shipment, let's say. Okay? The buyer writes to me and says, Joe, I'd like to return one of the items. It was damaged in shipment. Let's say the buyer is telling the truth. Okay? And she even shows me, let's just say, a picture of a broken clip or a crack or something. And I say to her, sure, no problem. Because I'm still making a $75 sale, all right? She's being honest about it. I'll be more than happy to take the one item back. Now, if she then files for a return, you as the seller have the option, in most cases, if you're a top-rated seller, if you offer 30-day returns, you have the option to offer a partial refund. You know that. But if you offer the partial refund, you don't get the item back. If you send the person a label, you're not sending them a label for the one item that they're returning because the eBay system doesn't understand it. You're sending them a label for the original shipping price, which in this case was $40. So now I got myself a bit of a problem here. I'm willing to take the item back because I can resell the one item, all right? However, I'm not going to send her a label and pay $40 when it should only be $15 for one item, okay? I called eBay Concierge. That was the main reason for my call the other day. And she looked at the situation and she said, yeah, there is no way you can request to send a label for just one of the 4 items. It has to be for all 4. You're going to lose money on this. So basically, I would be spending $40 in shipping to receive one item back. And that's just not going to fly. Unbelievable. So I decided to do was I gave her the partial refund, which is all she wanted, the $25 back, but now she's got my item. I'm surprised that the eBay system cannot be changed to address this kind of thing. If any of you guys have experienced this or have any comments on it, I'd love to hear it. I know I'm keeping you guys a little bit longer today than usual, but there's just so much material I want to cover. Next item, what do you do when you buy an item on eBay? You pay, and a few days later the seller writes to you and says, I'm canceling the order because I can't find the item. Well, that happened to me this week. But what's weird about the item is the seller has listed this item 3 times, okay? The first 2 times I put it in my watch list and I forgot. I kept forgetting to make the purchase. I wanted the item so I could flip it here. I could make money on this. The 3rd time around, I finally said, okay, I'm buying it. And I made the purchase. A few days later, the seller writes to me and says, I'm going to have to give you a refund. I can't find the item. So, what do you do in that case? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my statement and see if I actually got the refund, because I keep forgetting to check that. I want to make sure I get the refund. Second thing I'm going to do, I'm going to check the seller and make sure they didn't relist it for more money. If they relisted it for more money, eBay's getting a call. If it was an honest mistake and they can't find the item and they didn't relist it, I'll just let it go. Not a big deal. But I want to know, what do you guys do when this happens? You know how I am. I feel sorry for sellers because selling on eBay is a lot of work, especially if you're selling on eBay Motors. Jeez, man, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable lately. The sales are excellent. You'll make a ton of money. But when you go to the supermarket, buy the large size bottle of Advil because you're going to need it. There's going to be a lot of headaches involved. Did any of you guys attend the eBay seller check-in last night, Thursday night? Quite a few things were discussed on that check-in. And if you were there, you know that I can't discuss all of them. But the one thing I can discuss is eBay Open. eBay has stated, of course, there'll be no eBay Open in Vegas this year. But they're shooting for next year, summer of 2022, for the next eBay Open. And in case nobody has noticed it, I am wearing my eBay Open shirt from 2018. So yeah. That being said, guys, I'm going to bring this video to a close now. I know I went over time, but there was a lot to discuss in this video, and I felt that it was all relevant and important material. So, guys, as you probably all know by now, I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Thank you for watching this video. Every week I come out here and I make these videos to try and help you stay successful on eBay. If you think I'm doing a good job, please leave me a thumbs up. It tells me I'm on point and appreciated. If you don't think I did a good job, tell me in the comments section what you want me to hit up, and I'll be more than happy to try and do it next week. Remember, I'm a seller friend, not a seller critic or skeptic of any kind. I've solved a lot of problems. I'm still making money on eBay. I've never worn a mask on any of my videos, and I never will. I've never distorted my voice, because I feel that's dishonest and unscrupulous. Heck, I'm a CEO and a CFO of my own company. So that being said, guys, go out there, make a ton of money on eBay, rock on, and peace! I don't know how observant you guys are, but if you look behind me, the clouds are already starting to roll in. Well, we had sun for a few hours, but I knew it wouldn't last all day. That being said, guys, one more drink from the Fox News Cup of Life. This is the ceremonial Fox News Cup of Life. Happy is he who drinks from it. Oh yeah. Guys, talk to me. Tell me how your eBay week went, your sales and all that. And please, above all, remember one thing. Don't be bitchy! Yeah, yeah!